Hello and welcome. I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a small calculator, and today I want to focus on some ViewInspector. It's a library that John Reed recommended to me, Qcoding, and I thought we'd give it a try today, see how it goes. All right, let's see. So offline, I did a couple things. I installed SwiftLint, and it gave me a few warnings, mostly about spaces, and I fixed those. It gave me one warning about accessibility, and that was our buttons, because we don't really use buttons, so we probably ought to add that to our list. Use buttons on keys. And then I also took out the UI test, because I don't think we're going to need them. I think this ViewInspector works without them, and I'm kind of wanting to go without them anyway. All right. So what we said we wanted to do, make equals properly reset. Whoops. That may work. We did a quick test and fixed something and then didn't really test it again right at the end yesterday. So let's see if that will go. Guess this is the one we're going to see go. Now, I didn't close Xcode, so I'm not sure why it's taken so long to start. Maybe it just was always like this and I forgot it, doing the Mac OS stuff so much. Okay. So we start with 0, and the first thing should overwrite it, and then these should append. We haven't tried them all yet, so let's do that. Now, we haven't dealt with numeric issues with these. This is just a string still. All right, but that was an entered number, and if we hit equals, that should change it. That should evaluate it, really. And if we hit another number, it would just append it. But after we hit equals, that should replace it. So this should turn into just a 5. Oh, good. Okay. I think that's working as intended then. These other buttons don't do anything yet, but equals locks it in. Okay, good. So let's say check that equal properly resets the display. Now, there was something else. Oh, I had another idea too. That was, let's see, the content, I guess it's the calculator. We have this starting new number. Yeah, maybe that's all it is. Just this slower simulator. I might be able to. Yeah, I should switch back to a different phone and see if they run a little faster. All right. The other thing I was thinking was, what if when you were entering these numbers like this, that like maybe they should be italics or something when they're not confirmed. They're just sort of being entered. Let's do that. I think we'll do that first. No, I should do these view inspectors and figure this out. All right, I'll make a note. Make uncommitted number be in italics. I don't know, maybe yeah, we'll see. Okay, ViewInspector. All right. So all I've done for ViewInspector is when I first set up the project, I went and installed the latest version of it. Yeah, that could be just the OS, and I'm going to pay either way. Well, let's see. Can I set that here? No, oh, I don't even have. It's funny. It would be nice to have just a sort of minimal iPhone. Let's try this. We'll do a run just to kind of warm that up. Okay, and ViewInspector. Okay, so basically they've got something. They do some sort of reflection thing to access the contents of the view structs, and Well, okay, here's some examples. I guess we'll go in that. There's a find function, set inspect, system under test, inspect, find button back. Okay, well that's pretty good. We can locate if we could set up our system under test correctly, some view, then we could look for the particular button on our screen. Okay, so we got the 7 button and the 9 button and the equal button and so on. All right, and then read interstate. So I guess we can dig into pretty much any box, any component. We'll have to decide which ones we can get to. Verify state, that's a good thing. That's one thing we want to do. And then trigger side effects. Okay, so trigger a tap on a button. Okay. And then they're inspecting something. Try list of 5. Call on appear. I don't know what call on appear would do. Okay. Which ones are supported? API coverage. I guess we're using grid. Ooh, it's not on this list. Lazy grid. Properties. Gestures. Well, we're going to see. Each grid. Maybe we can switch to one of those. I don't know. We may be in trouble before we get going here. All right, whoops, sorry. Guess back. Okay, now I use Swift Package Manager to install it. Well, let's see. Inspection guide. The basics. That sounds like me. All right. You have a view. Your test looks like this. Import ViewInspector. Yep. Throws. Yep. Inspect. Okay. Repeat the structure of the body by chaining corresponding functions named after Swift views. Obtain access to text OK with the following chain. View, inspect, HStack. Gosh, I don't know. That feels to me like it feels like I'm doing the very kind of thing I don't want to do in a view, because I want to be able to reorganize these and not pay with every test knowing the exact path. Maybe that's where this find comes in. Okay. Find is compatible with the call inspection, can be triggered at any step. Find view tag. Find hdeck.text1. Text 1. Why is that 1? Probably it's text, the second one, I guess. Okay. Find text. Okay, so theoretically, all right. Well, let's give it a shot. Are we still? Where? Oh, it's probably in the wrong window. As often seems to be the case. No. That's 14 Pro. 14 Pro, 14 Pro. There it is. Okay. And let's just stop and then run unit tests real quick here. Okay, so InchCalc tests. View, well, this is not view, this is model. Well, I probably messed up my test now. Cypress is only. Yeah, I guess it's sort of like that. I mean, it's. I'm not sure how it's plugging in to do anything without that stuff there. No, he's mentioned it a few times. I had written him a few weeks back and said, "Hey, I remember you were trying to do some Swift UI testing, and what did you use?" And he said, "Yeah, he's been using ViewInspector. An earlier version wasn't quite up to what he wanted to do, but this one seems like it is." So, yeah, I've definitely seen him mention it a few other times. So, it's definitely worth a look. We'll see how it goes. All right. I don't know if that's doing anything there. I'm going to add another file. Just stack up this stuff. I get impatient. It's not a good thing. All right. So this will be a test. And I don't know what I guess I'll say content view tests. Okay, so we import the ViewInspector. Okay, we can do that. An XC test. Oh, I guess that's first. Okay. Test will import my app. It seems odd to me why you're not testing content view. You really do want my app. Okay, well, let's pull this example and work with it. We called our app something different. Oh, it put that in already. Okay. Content view XT test case. Okay. All right, well, here's our content view. Let's calculator. Oh, okay, that's the test we're writing. Let me comment it. I do want these tests to run, but they didn't seem like they were noticeably faster. Oh yeah, there's my SwiftLint kicking in. Okay, that's not bad. All right. Content view tests. Well, actually, I kind of like this on the left. Content view on the right. Turn this off and turn this off. Okay, so we have to create a calculator to pass to the content view. And value is set inspect text string. Yeah, let's just run this and see it fail and then see if we can capture something we care about. And then while it's thinking, I guess I want to figure out how to do this find. View find text. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, good. There is no plain old text sitting at the top level. All right, so let's do inspect, find, text 8. Okay, I'm not going to make this a value. This is going to be the, let's say, key 8. Do I have text? I don't know if this will build. Nope. Expectable to expected string. Yeah. What the one test I really think I want is I want to make sure that each key is bound. Well, I was going to make sure that if you press each key, you get the right thing. So, because I don't think we don't verify that anywhere else. I put the list of all the keys, but we didn't go through and like challenge them at all. So I don't know. All right. Let's see. So I got the key. I must be able to do something with it. Dot tap. Call on tap gesture. Okay, let's keep this calculator out where we can get to it. Use that here. Okay, so call on tap. And then I want to assert that calculator.display should be 8. Okay, now he didn't like this. Yeah, sure, try. Okay. So if you hit an 8, the display should become an 8. I mean, I guess I could verify this at the front, being more explicit, that it starts out 0. And if you hit an 8, it yields an 8. Caught error text found inchcalc.contributions. Huh. I don't know. No previous programming experience. That'll be a challenge. But I just don't know the job market enough to know how much beginner level jobs there are or not. I think you can learn about a lot about Swift in a year if that's what you're focused on. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not the right person to ask about the job market. And I don't think it doesn't matter if you put Swift or Python or anything else. You know, there's a lot to learn. Okay, search did not match possible blockers grid. Well, I don't quite know what that means. It may be that they're saying we really don't handle grid. We can't even look inside it. Or I may be totally misunderstanding how this works. Find all transformations. Finds the first matching view. Find text. This returns text. There's a button with label text. That sounds like what I want. I mean, text 7 should be in there. It's funny, it knows the whole hierarchy. It sees there's a text inside, and yet it goes like, I just can't. Search did not find a match. Okay, I don't think it's going to matter if it's equals or whatever. Well, that's a good point. Maybe Swift is a little tricky of a language to start with. It's a pretty big one in a lot of ways. I mean, I don't know if you'd say it's bigger than C++, but it's got quite a bit of options for things and all that. Okay, blockers, grid for each. Same message. Okay, let's do a run. And I'm gonna try and find another entity. Let's get the display. inspect.find. Well, the content view, we just have. I guess I could navigate to the VStack to the text. Look at the navigation again. HStack. Oh, so maybe there is no way to get the grid. Let's say inspect dot lazy H grid. I don't remember the difference between them though. I mean, I think grid's more generic and lazy grid's more for dynamic stuff. A large horizontally scrollable collection of views arranged in a 2D layout. Well, I probably want lazy V grid then. Yeah, so this thing. I mean, you feed them all in order using a grid container. Yeah, that's really what I need. Why they don't support grid? I don't know. Yeah, maybe I could do that. I put one on here. Oh, traits and hint, but we could put an accessibility ID. Think label would work. I don't know the difference between identifier and label, but I think if I do this. I don't need a label. Well, let's do this one. Inspect at find. Label, accessibility label. That's okay. Oh, I didn't put one on the disc. Oh, he should have done something. Where's my console? Yikes. Oh, so I should go through the Mechanism. Okay, display is search did not find a match. This case failed. Let's put this one after it. It's like the test blew up in the middle. Content view does not have accessibility label. Let's go back to this. Find where. Find text type. Well, that looks like that. Let's go back to the front page. V2 and V3. You know, I think we may just be blocked by this grid thing. We don't even have it marked as pending development. I mean, I get it. It's, it's you know, it's a slog to keep up with libraries as they change. But I think I guess the only other thing I could try is navigating piecewise, but I don't think that's going to be available to me because I can't like access grid or grid row on here, and I didn't see anything kind of generic. I guess I could look again. Okay. Well, I put the accessibility label on the key, so there's at least one view that has one. Oh, but no, you're right. This is content view does not. So I'm still at the top level thing, but like I need a find that takes that as a find. Got button link, navigation link. Now this might do it. Label. Display. And I'm going to put that on. This guy. Actually, that space was not a bad thing. All right, let's try. Okay, he printed. He didn't blow up on that one. Yeah. I mean, my test as it is now is really just looking at the calculator. But it would be nice to know, just like I want to know that the button is connected up, it'd be nice to know the display is connected up. But what happened in this test that I don't get any printout, I don't know. There it is. Okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, there's something. Okay, something's coming. Text storage verbatim 0 modifiers. Well, I think that's telling me I think I've found it. It's maybe this needs to be higher up to be more useful. Okay, let's try the same approach here. Find equals, and let's print key 8. And then I think, again, I'll move this accessibility stuff up, at least the label, onto the text. Since I don't really care about the other views. And then, well, let's see, display, can I say display dot string dot I thought they said it was just text, but it could be label. Now that should blow up. Compiler. Yeah. Oh, I think I'm still being blocked by my grid. Okay, displays a view, inspectable view. Dot. Dot text. Inspect text dot string. See if find returns text. Returns the first view. Well, that's going to get me the accessibility value. That's not right. Button. I mean, this is still like inspectable view stuff. Image, like why can't I get text? Might be label. Text field displays a text. They don't ever enter into it directly. I don't think, yeah. You would think text would be an option here, just like anywhere else. No. Inspectable view type, classified view. Well, we can look in here. Child? In case define a relation. Classified view, multi-content view. Well, it should be a text. Maybe we can look at this. Content? There's a inspector view, classified view with content, ViewInspector.content of type view, which is a text. So it's like what we're after is there, and there's the string we're trying to get to. I just don't know what we're contains. That's all sequence stuff. Okay, this is that's going to get us the label, but is that? Type of text. Oops. Let's try after this friends. Dot. Looking for text again. No. Okay, let's make this. I'm going to run the view in an effort to get the stuff. I think it's 5. Oh, grid items. Okay, let's hide this for a minute while we try and play. Okay, if I just change this to a group. Okay, then I think I have everything there. Now my lazy V grid. Grid item dot flexible. Okay. Make sure. Build failed. Oh. I got columns. Really is slow. Okay. I mean, it looks okay. I wouldn't use lazy V grid per se. But that may let us get in here because everything else for each text, all that stuff seems like it should be okay. So let's see if that compromise works. And there's not enough stuff here to need a lazy grid, so it's a little weird. Okay, so content view is find. That seems okay. Can I get anything from here? Text. There. Okay. Oops. Keep that print for a minute here. Okay. Find. That gives me a view that I'm tapping on. And then here, this is now just display. Okay. Let's try again. Oh no. Display. What? Inspectable you type dot text. Dot text. No. Okay, that seems like something somebody can explain to me. back here. Somebody's got to be, oh, that's string. Okay. Okay. Did not find a match. Well, we got rid of the complaints about grid. Did not find a view with accessibility label display. Let's see. So I think I can inspect.text. Okay. This one did not complain. I don't know if it stops when it, if it busts the test and stops when it finds a thing. Okay, this access is not, it's probably not good either. All right, let's try a different way. Set inspect dot, first text dot string. First dot text string. This kind of crap of navigating through pieces of things is not encouraging. So an InchCalc.context view, content view. Yeah. Not getting in there. Okay. Well, all right. So context to vstack dot text substring. Oh, you're not happy there either, huh? Classified view has no member vstack. Why is that? Wait, is that a compile time error or runtime error? Inspect. Inspectable classified view. Sorry, I'm doing this. Oh, yeah. Well, the display should not be a lazy issue. So I think I'm not far enough to have the problems you're talking about. No doubt we will. Although I think in this case, they will be populated. Because I mean, they are visible on the screen, so they should be populated. But if there's a mechanism to wait for it, I don't know. I'm not getting a good vibe from this whole mess. SUT.inspect. Let's go to the example again. SUT.inspect. Where's the, okay. That's the content view. body sum view, inspect, and then they want to get the first thing in there. Now, I would have thought our body starts with a VStack, doesn't it? Yeah. So VStack, inspect.vstack, I would think should match. Well, what do I know? No member VStack. Show that up a little bit. Set inspect. Inspectable classified view. That's our top level view. And I thought I got VStack by typing VStack. Oh, capital S. Jeez. Single view content. Well, we got something. Wait a minute. We may be making progress. I would probably be better off. There's my 0. Okay. Now this probably needs to be a state object. I don't know if I can do that here. No, I can't. And this probably should go in the other order. Search did not find a match. Well, I'm really looking for 8, so I probably ought to do that. Oh, he still doesn't like that there. Import foundation. Let's move this up. Attribute state object. Add state object. That's in our app. Oh, import switch UI. Jeez. Okay. Okay, am I making progress? Key 8. Did not find a match. Inspect. Find. Why do you not find a view? Key name. We have an 8. Let me run. I mean, that is 8. I don't know. There's a way to. Whoops. It's on here. Accessibility inspector. Simulator is right, but I got the wrong. I don't know what I've got here.
%, value indicator.
I don't know what you're looking at.
Increment page button. Scroll bar. Scroll area.
It's on Xcode.
Group. Content view Swift. Group. Split group. Description for element unavailable. Description for element unavailable. Description for element unavailable.
Well, I'm not a good. So here we did it by navigating in. I guess I could do that, but I mean, I should be able to just say text with 8. That could be. Let's see, where was inspect? Text. No, find text colon. Yeah, I don't think I've tried this combination yet here since we changed the group in vgrid. It taps. Okay. Okay, what's display got? 0. Okay, I think we're making. I think we've made progress. And it printed 0. What a mess. Okay, you're probably not supposed to look at these. Okay, it printed 0, so it has that. I mean, I can make this assertion here. Oh, I probably did it too soon, right? I'm going to assume it's 0 to start with, but I haven't pressed the thing yet. So let's move this down after we called this. And let's see if what they were saying about. Oh, Yeah, because I'm curious. I mean, I know in Selenium or whatever, you sometimes have to do these kind of wait fors. I thought I saw some blip. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I saw synchronous somewhere. State. Oh, binding an observed object can be evaluated with synchronous tests. Okay. Well, given what it says, I think we're okay on the synchronous side then. I think the problem was I fetched the string value from the display before I hit the button, so I got the 0, and then I never looked at it again after I hit the button. If I had, I might be able to just. Well, no, I think I've got to get the value when it's there. So I think I'm doing the right thing here. All right, let's clean up and make sure there's no. I'm still getting one of these. Our okay. This state objects object. I think that's the keypad. Ugh. All right, we may have to do that yet because keypad is a state object. Okay, well, let's see. I guess I'm going to clean this up first. Take out these prints. Okay, display. Well, I'd have to. Yeah, I mean, if I were doing any number of tests, right, I would want to provide a method for this. But for now, let's make sure this test still passes. Check it in, see where we want to go. Oh, and I got rid of that other thing. Okay. Okay, so we added our first view inspector test. Oh, and I rearranged files. Should have really committed that one first. Okay. Now this warning, I think we can just do an array. Repeating. That, count 5. Yeah, so I think they must be building in, ViewInspector must be building in some sort of waiting for the update to finish for state objects. It should be sorted. Okay. Oh, we're still getting that. Sync state object. Okay. See, keypads are read-only item for us, so in a way this... Oh, no. Okay. In a way, I don't think it's likely to be a problem, but simplify grid initialization. Okay. Yikes, okay. What can go? So here... Okay, I'm gonna pull out this method then. That really, oh, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna call this display for system under test. Okay, fine. And let's inline this. Maybe I can get rid of that throws. Put these down. No, maybe that should stay up there. Okay. And then let's make a corresponding one for key. See what this thing produces. I think that's kind of okay. I guess we need set just like we did down here. I hate having these tries. Okay. Non-function type string. Display of set. Non-function value, non-function type string. Oh, I've got the name used. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we've got enough helpers to get us through at least initial tests. And then I think this really should be a parameterized test. We're gonna test our digits with let's see, this is really test digit key press. Okay. Right. We just, okay. Now, this calculator, let's see if we can, well, I'm kind of good for now. I do want to test these other keys, but I want to do something else first. Okay, so we created our first ViewInspector test. That's test to check key press. Digit key press. Okay. What I really want to do is I want to make this be a parameterized test and try each digit. Okay, but each one should get the same effect. The problem I see is that this, let me just see if I can pull it locally and then we'll fix it if I can't. Okay, so calculator. All right, is that gonna work? Okay, move calculator inside individual test. Okay. Right, now, you'd think I could remember this thing myself, but let's add a package. GitHub, no. EG test. Okay. Add it to target. Let's add it to InchCalc tests. Okay, so EG test is parameterized testing. Let's get its README. Okay, so you're going to put test cases like this, and then you're going to call check. Okay, so it takes a list of test cases and an assertion function. All right, so it's my own framework. You'd think I could remember how this all works, but it doesn't work that way. All right, so content view tests. Let's see. So I think we want to, let's make our own test all digit key presses. Okay, and then we're going to call check. Oh, we probably got to import EG test. I'm not seeing what I want to see. Check, we should pass tests, which is an array of input-output pairs and an assert function. So check is an array of input-output pairs and an assert function, which key, let's see, let's call this key name. Okay, so I should be able to call check digit key press with $0 dot input. This cannot be inferred. That's fine. We're going to put some in. Example is input is 0. Expect is, well, I guess 0 as well. And, oh, expect 0. Okay, for input 0, expect 0. And we'll have to pass $0 dot expect. And this is expected display text. Okay. Oops. From throwing function of type EG string throws to non-throwing function. Throwing function of EG string throws produces nothing to non-throwing function EG string. I'm not sure. This function throws. Conversion of type EG string throws produces nothing to non-throwing function. EG doesn't throw. I don't think I have to message. Defaults to empty. Okay. Well, there's check. Example N. Invalid conversion. Is check not prepared to deal with throws? There's EG. Okay, input, output, all that stuff. That's fine. Then we added this. EG. I don't think I've allowed this case. It's funny, it never showed up before. Check output test assertion function. Is not a throws. Let me add an extension and see if I can use the same name with and without throws. So I'll take this, I'll put it in here. I'll put it up here for the moment. Check input output tests assert function throws. And now this should say throws and try. I'm surprised I don't have to say throws. Thought I would have to here. Okay. Okay, a little more. What's my assert function? If I took an EG input? Okay, everything's building. Extension access modifier. Sure, that's fine. Opening brace preceded by a single space. Multi-line parameters. These all look like the same line to me. Multi-line parameters should have their surrounding brackets in a new line. Oh, this one. Okay. What? Key. What's going on? It is a bunch of try statements. Ugh. I don't mind it up here. All right, check. That doesn't particularly bother me because it's kind of a buried thing, but it's annoying down here for sure. You'd think if I'm doing throws, I could just not do that, but that's not the way it works. All right. Closure one. Why are you having trouble finding that text? Oh dear. So the problem is I'm searching for the 0 key, I bet. No, is that it? Yeah, I'm searching for the 0 key and it's finding the first text that has 0 on it. Well, that's the display. So our key method is not sophisticated enough. Okay. We're going to go down here. Only look in the second element. And this navigation crap is what really gets me. Okay, you're right. This is a good time for a break. All right, so install EG test and fix so one parameterized test can run. All right, let's take 5. We'll come back, populate these other 9 tests, and I'll consider us done with what we're doing with this this exercise. And then I guess we'll take away something to update EG tests to allow these throws. Apparently it's okay to have both functions. All right, so anyway, we'll take 5. 4 at this point, maybe. Short break. Welcome back. All right. Let's see. During break, I added this message: update EG test to take a new check with a try from content view test. So at some point, we'll go back to that EG test project and update it a little bit. But we did this. Let's go back and add those other digits. That should be trivial at this point. Content view tests. Okay. And let's just add these. Yeah, put that in first. Okay. And then, I want to make this a little, I don't know, how much divide that duplication. I guess I'll leave it here. Okay. Now back to our stories. So enter a number. We sort of have that. We don't have any concept of it as a number. We just have the string stuff. And I want to get to yard, foot, inch. And show as, which you don't even have a key for yet. Well, let's do that other story I had in there. Let's get this italics thing going. This one. Whoops. So what I would like is, I guess it's on keypad? No, calculator. Has this. I would like this to be a published field property. And starting new number. I want to say it's really entering new number, because anything you type, do I want to flip the logic? If you're starting a new number, you clear the display before you start. Okay, and if it's starting new number is true, that's only true at the first one of these things. Yeah, maybe this is not a good way to do it. I don't know. Maybe there's a kind of a confusion, and I've seen it with regular calculators for years, right? You see a number there and you don't know if it's a result, in which case you can't, if you type a digit, it's going to erase it, or if it's a new number being entered in progress, because the state, that bit of state is not visible. All right. But yeah, well, let's try it that way. Okay, now this, we believe we've got this straightened out. Let's public, how about private set? Okay, it's for us to change, but anybody can look at it. Okay. And what we're saying, and I'm going to do this backwards from a TDD point of view. Content view. Where's my display? It's true if starting a new number is false, so it's not calculator.starting new. Okay, let's see it work, and then we'll decide. Oh, italic, I think. Okay, so if I hit a number, 7, yeah. All right, equals. Okay, now it's real. I don't have a clear yet. Let's run it again. Maybe clear would be a good thing to add just from a utility point of view here. I want to hit 0 and make it italics, right? Okay, I mean, we're doing the right thing. Now, is that... Let's go back. Let's take it out. This is fine. I don't mind that I made this a public view, but let's see if we can write a test for this thing. Okay, so func test number in italic while entering it. Okay, and then this, that stuff we need. Okay, well, oh, now I'm regretting this on here. It would be nice to have. I would really like this to return this. Take this off and apply it when we need it. Display string. Sorry, cut this. Display sub sut is still right. Dot string. Did I do that here? So string. Okay, let's hide this a minute. Okay, good. All right, so now testing the italics, do this. Okay, we got the calculator. Got the system under test. Key name. Let's just make one up. Pick one. 4. No, I think, yeah, I don't know the answer there. It comes to this question of when does it become an int and when is it still a string? And I don't know the best answer for us yet. If you entered 00003, I would think it should be italic the whole time. Now, 000, it may be that we do need to turn it into an integer and evaluate it at that point, but I'm kind of holding off because I don't want to deal with overflow and all that stuff yet, honestly. But it could be the case. Okay, let me add throws up here. I think, let me add it as a to-do question, because I think it's a tricky thing to get into. So what if you enter multiple leading zeros? Yeah. Yeah, they don't really make a lot of sense. I don't know. The typical calculator probably just leaves it zero. I don't think it'll enter 00. I don't know if I have a calculator anymore. Yeah, I don't know. But I think it's a problem I'm going to defer. All right. So with this now, we've got the display. Okay, let's let display equal dot. Now I could do string, but I want to do dot font. Well, let's call it font then, right? Do I have its italic is fixed? Is that a Boolean? No. Really? I don't have observability on my fonts? Name, style. Okay. Let's go find font.textstyle. Is it a set of things? No, that's not going to help me. Oh, Swift determine if font is italic. Thank you. Ask font for the descriptor. UI font. Swift. Okay, is bold. Okay. Expected display text. Well, no. What's that? Cannot infer contextual base in reference to trait italic. You have font preferred font. Okay, they create one if it's bold, print bold. Cannot infer contextual based in reference to member trait italic. Maybe I gotta go piecewise. Well, let's make sure this is a font of some sort. Okay. Okay, so font, maybe dot style is not what's needed. I think style was my attempt. No. Well, that was a very good looking answer. Trait italic. There we go. What are you, though? UI font descriptor, symbolic traits. Font equals some font. Font dot. Oh, I guess I got to do font dot. Font dot font descriptor. Style UI font dot text style. Let me see if I can find a different. Well, this is close. Dot. Bold. That gives me a new font, so I can't do that. I don't really see. What's this? Not the right. Well, gosh, that answer sure implied there was something going on. Style. This could be one of these. He doesn't seem to have any. I don't think I saw anything on there on font. Well, let's see what his type is, right? It is font. Okay, let's go back here, get the font itself. Maybe it's UI font versus font and it's not as capable. Getting system fonts. Design. Okay, I'm not asking for any of these standard ones. Size, weight, design. It seems like you can't turn it into italics. Design does not incorporate italics, does it? It's only the general shape of it. Ugh. Okay, how about... SwiftUI font is a view. Huh. Oh, it's a struct, okay. Does not support custom fonts. Okay, well, this is... Choose the parameter crests font to create a UI font. I don't want to spend all day on this test. Okay, so it looks like I cannot get it from the font. If it were a UI font, I could. And that's reflected in all of that. I mean, the only other way... I mean, I can certainly go to the calculator and check. Well, not certainly. But the question was, does the display reflect the italics? Let's go look at the ViewInspector attributes, see if there's one for something that can access that off the font. Let's go back here. I really want the API coverage. Font star. Size, name, weight, design, style. And we decided style was not the right thing. What's the star? Following attributes are extracted from font. Well, barring something down here. Italic to text. I don't know if there's anything I can test set on the display. I mean, if I set this on the font and some other attribute on the display. Tags are just, I don't know if I want to set the tag. But if I did, applies italics, applies italics. Okay. That's something different. I don't know. Well, it looked like that was the option for UI font, because that's what he did with UI font, but I don't think font didn't appear to have anything like the font descriptor. It's bold. Font descriptor. Yeah. Okay. All right. My other idea is tag this thing with something that says that it's italic or not. And let's see if we can reverse this logic. Key calculator. Trying to think if that's false. What does that mean? because it really is just flipped, right? Starting new number. Let's say your let's rename it to entering and flip all the logic and see what happens. It's not a kind of accumulating Boolean, it's just a true false flag. So let's try it this way. All right, and I'm going to put this back. I mean, this was the 2 minutes. Rename didn't do this. Zero. Well, that's not working. It's false. Okay, we enter a digit. Why is that not working? Okay. We start with it false. So we're saying Italian should be false. Italic should be false. Okay. We enter a digit. It says, are you in? Oops. I didn't get all my logics. Okay. Let's try again. Okay. So 4 should come in italic. 5, 6, and this should make it not italic. 0, 0, italic. Okay, so this is not entering. This is more like already entering. Okay, you're not yet entering a number. You're already entering it? No. If you're not already entering it, then you want to start entering it. So you clear the display and say that you are. Okay. It's clear enough. All right. But well, my proposed test, let's just get display. Let's get that. And then display tag should be italic. This test should fail. Yep. Should still fail. And then, I don't know, is this worth? It's still in 2 places, so I don't think we're buying that much. I don't like it. I think I'm going to leave this test off. And put it down to a place of Swift UI not providing enough visibility to make a decision like that. Okay. That was a long time to get these tests together. Let's try some things that I think will be a little faster. What have we done here? Okay, we flipped logic on starting new number, becoming already entering new number. And then I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of stuff is like they just didn't get there yet. I mean, Swift UI is like, I don't know, is it 5 years old already or something like that? They've had some time, but I think also it reflects that they don't really anticipate you testing like this, is what it comes down to. They haven't made these things very observable. And the only reason you want to observe is for tests. I mean, in real use, you just make it italic and then look at it and say, yeah, it's italic, all right, like we just did. Okay, so I'm moving on here. Make uncommitted numbers, that's all right. Well, okay, this next one, need to pass the calculator to the keypad. I think we might not need to. There's, let's close this. In keypad, we have to pass calculator.digit of calculator. I think you can do that later. But key is going to have to change. We call action. Yeah. So what I read somewhere, I don't know if I saved that link. No. It's the reason we have to do this little extra dance is because this function digit is on an object. And if you just say calculator.digit, you're getting a function that is implicitly, I think its type is implicitly object, it's implicitly calculator goes to, and then whatever this function is. And in our case, it's like string to void. Yeah. So the init, well, we don't know the calculator. See, this is the moment where we have to know. And we don't know it there. So I could take calculator off all these, but I'd have to put it back on over here at key. And like, I really don't want to pass that down any further than I have to. So I'm going to leave that. All right. But it's a weird thing about it. Okay. Use buttons on keys. I'm going to defer that numeric one for a good while here. Whoops. And also I want to do a clear, which is easier. Okay. Well, if we do a content view test, it's not going to work. But maybe we can start there just to try that way of working, where you create a failing acceptance test and then you go back and do the unit testing. We don't really have time to finish it today probably, but let's at least start. Okay. Clear resets display. Okay, so we calculate, we got a key, let's just take 4, we tap it, and then, well, let's let this be key 4, and then let's get key clear is try key sut C. All right, and then we're gonna we can do this. That should be 4 after you hit 4, and then after you hit clear, it should be 0 again. Okay, so a lot of setup. I mean, I would call all this setup, a setup check, and then key clear. Now, let's make this a test, not a func check. Clear resets display, and he takes no arguments. Okay, great. Check 4, tap 4. Oh, we didn't tap our key. Key clear dot call on tap. Okay, then check that that is that. All right, let's build, run this test. Should fail. I'm not getting clear. Good. Should still be 4. Good. All right. Now we're going to kind of set that aside, and let's go to calculator. We've got a mechanism for enter and digit, but we don't have a clear key. Okay. So okay, calc.digit 4. We've pretty well established that that puts things in, so I'm going to trust that. And then if I say calc.clear, my display should be 0, and my flag should be false again. Already entering new number should be false. I guess I could assert false. I don't like it too much, but that's kind of the standard. Okay. This test should fail. Well, okay, we don't have a clear. He's kind of more fundamental, so I'll put him up here. Oh, and he's taking a string for no reason. We don't need them for most of these things, but the pattern we have is the functions could take strings, so we allow it. All right, that should fail. Oh, correct. Okay, so it should be a 4 and wrong value. Okay, so calculator, I mean, this is not a hard thing. We're just restoring display to 0 and already entering to false. Okay, and I think that would make both tests pass. Yeah, that's an idea. Well, I could default it. Oh, but no, I have to allow the argument. I'm basically marking it ignored. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, of course. Oh, well, let's get this working first. Oh, you worked. What about calculator test? He works. Oh, we didn't hook it up. Okay. Let's see. So this is forcing us to hook it up. That's a good thing. All right. So it's going to be calculator dot clear calculator. Well, actually, I don't think I'm getting any benefit out of that being optional. Because the places that do it, they go through that mechanism we just were at, and they don't pass the string. It's only coming from the keypad itself. So, all right, this should make it pass now. Though we forgot to hook it up, and the public test helped us. Okay, that little 5-minute thing is how it's supposed to work. Now, whether you write that first test before or test after, it's not bad either way, really. But this is the kind of mistake, it is a kind of mistake people make with TDD sometimes. Like they'll do all the work behind the scenes. I mean, a lot more work than Clear just did, and get all that stuff working. They've got the test to show it's perfect and everything else. And they forget to hook up that last 1 inch that says, oh, when they hit the button, actually do the thing. Okay, so we just did that. All right, but we got the Clear key. Really quickly. All right. And that's here. All right. Use buttons on keys. That might be doable in 5 minutes. Tomorrow, we're going to make allow entering yard, feet, inches. Okay. And that's going to start making some issues. Well, and actually, maybe this is something we got to resolve first. Like, at what point, how is that display working? Is it displaying strings? I mean, maybe there's another entity that's accumulating this text and showing it on the display, and we're telling the display where it should look for it or something. But these two and set result type, I'll call it that. Show as is what I called it earlier. All right. Buttons on keys. Well, what's going to be interesting on this one, have I checked all that in? No. This one's going to break our stuff, I think. Because we said it was text, and now we're going to turn it into buttons. And our buttons are going to look different. It's just going to create trouble. All right. Content view. Okay. So here, this has to have accessibility traits and all that stuff because it's really a button. Now, this is really bad. I have to look. I know you can put the text in there, but there's 2 ways to do it. And one way you're putting the text and one way you're not. Action colon. Okay. Button name, action colon. Okay. Button name. And then action. Oh, action is outside. That's this. And we don't need on tap. Okay, so we're putting in buttons. Let's format. This no longer makes sense. All right, accessibility label. Yeah, I don't think we're using that either, are we? That's already kind of going to default. I think button. The reason it knows what to do with a button is because it knows it's a button. It knows the name. It knows the stuff. All right. Now I expect everything to pass except for our content tests that we're looking for text there. Oh, okay. Thanks for your help today, Mudshark666. Enjoy the hackathon. Sounds fun. All right. So the content view tests are failing because text does not have on gesture. Yeah, because we don't do those that way anymore. So the key, it's finding text with name. I think that part might be okay. Finding the button by name. Inspection guide. Find button with label, which text? Okay, so this should really become find button. It's not going to make it pass. Whoops. View type dot button. Yeah, you can add it on the text, but my understanding is the button trait. Well, it's already on the button. You know, we're using something that is a button, and it pretty much that's kind of like all it is. So I think that's what we should be doing. I don't know. Frown on is. I think the deal is the more you tell Swift, like, here's what I'm really doing. I'm making a button. Then it's easier for it to just know, like, oh, it's a button. I can tell them they can press it or however you say press, you know, in the voiceover commands or whatever like that. You know, all the accessibility things, which I'm really poor on. but I think making a button is kind of the way to go. You don't have to, and I definitely have not in some cases. I don't know what you do with buttons. Do you press them? Tap them? I think you tap. Okay. Oh, call and tap gesture because they don't do that automatically. All right, and I think we're back. There, oh, this guy's going to be off. Yeah. Tap. Still, oh, another one. Okay. Not so horrible. I mean, the fact is we did pull out the helpers and we just had to modify them and a little bit of follow on. Yeah. Okay. We will stop here. I'll get that checked in off camera here. But next time we'll pick up on this question of when does it become a number or a value, I should say, and then how are we going to represent. There are some things that are plain numbers and some are yard feet inches, and are we going to allow square yards and all that stuff. So tomorrow we'll at least start that task. All right, thanks for joining today. Have a good evening. Tomorrow 2 to 4:30 Eastern or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. Thanks. Bye-bye.